Hey guys, it's Andrew Keen from KeenOnTheMarket.com. This is your opening bell for 4/3/2013. The market is up very mildly, up about 3/4 of a tick. We were very whippy in the last half an hour of the day yesterday. We always get kind of a little choppy and a little whippy at the end of the day. What do I see going on today? I see technology looking relatively weak. I see Apple lower. I see Amazon lower. I see Netflix lower. I'm going to look at all these trades on a 15-minute bar on the close of the first 15-minute bar. S&P is up 125 now. Magellan higher. COP higher. HG actually down a little bit. GM higher. I'm still long some calls in GM. I have not taken any profits in GM. I see Dendron up about 10 cents. So a little bit of green here for me. Probably the P&L is probably taking a little bit of an uptick right here. MTL, we talked about how weak any global growth story looks. MTL, Letter X, Freeport, Vale, PBR, cannot rationalize taking longs in any of these stocks whatsoever. I see Sticks getting a little bit of a pop here after Sticks sold off yesterday. So Sticks getting a little bit of a pop here. So I haven't taken any new positions. Yesterday I'm going to look at Monsanto, possibly taking a trade in Monsanto. Monsanto up a buck. This morning is a little bit lower, is basically unchanged. Apple now up $4. Going to keep an eye on Apple. I'm not going to take a trade till the close of the 15-minute bar. At the close of the 15-minute bar, I'm going to reevaluate, and I possibly could take some longs, or some shorts here. So I'm going to take some trades, possibly on the close of the 15-minute bar. As always, I'm keeping an eye on unusual option activity. What is BYD Boyd Gaming doing today? Down 6 cents, exactly to where it was when I bought these calls yesterday in BYD. So I'm going to keep an eye on a lot of different things this morning. I take two basically trades. I take trades in options and then I take day trades. I bought Google yesterday and then I sold Google out. That's a day trade. A profitable one too. ANR, Jan 8 calls being sold, another stock. There's no desire. I have no desire whatsoever to take anything in ANR. SU down 4 cents. I was offering yesterday some SU calls. The June 32s at 67 cents. They're down a couple pennies right now. VOCS up a couple pennies. MAC, we talked about that calendar spread working out well. Little pop here in Facebook. Magellan now over $50. Magellan, I'm going to offer some of my June 50 calls at $3. MGLN, I'm launching some June 50 calls. I bought some calls on that dip. GM up 10 cents. HD down 20 cents. Apple up $4.50. Apple looks very strong right now. The 9-period moving average is below the 26-period moving average. So I have nothing to take here in Apple, but Apple does look strong so far. Google looks relatively weak. Netflix reversing now higher. CRUS, May 19 puts being bought, 3,500. These puts are bought for one or two reasons. Speculation to the downside or a hedge against a long stock position. Let me look at CRUS on the daily chart, try to figure out what I think they're doing. I think they're buying these as speculation to the downside. This gives us a pretty decent setup here on the Ichimoku cloud. The 9-period is trading under the 26. It's under the Ichimoku cloud. And it doesn't have that much room to run here, and this is headed down and right. So I think this would be a decent buy. I don't want to buy these puts because they're 10% out of the money and they're still 90 cents. So paper bought 3,500. CRUS May 19 puts for 90 cents. It looks like a decent setup here, but I'm not taking a trade here. So CRUS, they're 10% out of the money. I like to buy puts that aren't this far out of the money. So these are 10% out of the money, so I'm not taking a trade here. And CRUS to the short side. Anything in CRUS to the short side I think is not a bad setup, but I'm not taking that trade. I'm kind of in the bull camp, so I don't trade as many bearish setups. You know, are puts being bought here against a stock position? You know, it's always possible, right? It's always possible they're buying these puts as protection. Yen up a little bit. Dendron selling back off a little bit. Magellan selling off a little bit. HG selling off a little bit. Monsanto selling off a little bit. Keep an eye on Monsanto on the 15. We have ISN that comes out. Stocks that trade really well with Ichimoku Cloud on the 15 are anything that's trending. I want a trending stock. So it looks like, you know, when a company comes out with earnings, usually the stock is trending. So at the end of the 15-minute bar, I'm going to look at some possible trade setups for the day. SGMO was above 950, just sold off a little bit. NBG, National Bank of Greece, paper bought some August 1 calls for a nickel. Wow, that's pretty cheap. That gives you a lot of time here in NBG, National Bank of Greece. NBG, August 1 calls are bought for 5 cents. I mean, the stock just traded above 1 the other day. On the Ichimoku Cloud, it's actually a setup for a short, and it's gotten sold at every 9-period moving average, never bounced to that 26 till at least like January. But on a risk versus reward basis, buying the August 1 calls for, I mean, a nickel, right? NBG, National Bank of Greece. Let me look at this one real quick. You know, I call these lottery tickets. What's a lottery ticket? Most likely it'll go to 0. Apple's up too strong today for me to want to take a short. How about the Nove? Where are the Nove ones? Those are 15 cents. Look at the open interest here, 28,000 of these, okay? So National Bank of Greece, someone bought the August 1 calls for a nickel. I'm going to be on the sidelines of that trade for now. You know, if I make some money day trading something today, maybe I'll take a trade. They're buying more of them, 1,000 more of these. Trading in nickel. See some put spread in MGM. I don't like to trade spreads. I want to see big, single, huge orders. Big, single, huge orders. National Bank of Greece, these things are trading like water at a nickel. National Bank of Greece, these things are trading at a nickel. They are being sold at a nickel. So if I wanted to buy these for a nickel, I would be able to buy these for a nickel. I always say lottery tickets, right? Most likely these are going to go to 0, but you know, I could buy these, hope the stock pops. I can sell out half at a dime. Usually what I would do is sell out half at a dime and leave the other half till expiration. So I personally don't think it's a bad setup here. I'm not taking the trade here. It's just a lot of commissions from my point of view. If I think they're going to 0, I'm going to have to spend a lot of money on commissions. Commission is a killer. You know, I would always say I'm trying to make money for myself, not for my clearing firm. So something like this is a commission burner. All that, I mean, look at how many are trading for a nickel. NBG, stock market is reversing, now down. ISM comes out at 9 o'clock. I'm going to look at possibly taking, you know, some trades on the 15-minute. As I look to set it up, Google, I can't take a short there. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix on the 15. Netflix has been a short on the first 15-minute bar every single day so far. With a stop, I would have to have a pretty high stop. I would have to almost have a $6 stop here in Netflix. Netflix just got up to 833 as the high of the day. So Netflix is a decent short setup. You know, on a scale, I don't think it's that great. Look at HD reversing now down 68 cents. Home Depot going lower. So I think Netflix is going to be a decent setup as a short candidate. If Apple broke the cloud, nothing to do in Apple here. Let's bring up some stocks that had upgrades today. See if there's possible setups using the Ichimoku Cloud on the daily or on the 15. Dollar Tree, nothing to take here in Dollar Tree. How about Panera? Panera, thin cloud means better chance of a trap. I could aggressively buy Panera here, stop under the low of the day. I would have to risk about $4. So Panera, I'm not going to take a trade. CMG, not going to take a trade here either. BWLD, these all look the same. Big tails on top, pretty big size bar. Caterpillar downgraded. Let's look at Caterpillar in the 15. This was a red bar. This is a bear bar. I could rationalize taking a short here in Caterpillar. I think the Caterpillar is a decent setup here for a short. I'm looking at Caterpillar. Every one of our indicators is lined up for short in Caterpillar. So I'm going to keep an eye on Caterpillar on the close of this bar. I might take a short here in Caterpillar. This is an aggressive short, and I would have a tight leash on it. I would have about a 50-cent leash on it. No, I'd have a leash about 72, only about a 30-cent leash. So I might take a short here in Caterpillar for a trade. Tiffany's downgraded. Similar setup in Tiffany's. This is a worse setup. Duke, DUK. Doji candle here in Duke. So the only one I'm looking at that I could take a short on is Caterpillar. I might sell some stock in Caterpillar. I have 2 minutes till the bar closes. I want to see how the bar closes. Caterpillar on the short side, and I would have a pretty tight stop on it. I would short Caterpillar anywhere in here around this 84.40 level, and I'd probably have an 84.80 stop. So Caterpillar, possible short candidate in about a minute and a half. I'm probably going to short Caterpillar. Ericsson actually up today. I'm still long some puts in MCRL. I'm going to offer some of those out. Caterpillar, short candidate. I'm going to offer some stock. 84.40 in Caterpillar. 84.40. I'm going to offer stock in Caterpillar, and I'm going to have a tight stop in it. $84.40. I'm offering stock in Caterpillar with a 42-cent stop. So that's opening bell for the opening bell for 4/3/2013. If you guys want to check out the live trading room, shoot me an email. I'll get you in there. Andrew at keenonthemarket.com. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you shortly.